Everybody's GDC 2009. Right now we're taking a look at the brand new Wolfenstein game. I've got Pete Sokol right here from id Software. He's here to tell us about it. So, Pete, let's start with the story. What are those Nazis up to this time, and where does the story sort of pick up from the last game?
Well, it starts right after the events of Return to Castle Wolfenstein. BJ's defeated Heinrich, but the Nazis aren't going to sit down and play shuffleboard. They're going to get back on the horse, and they're back into researching the dark occult, supernatural. So they've found out about this energy source called the Black Sun. And to get to the Black Sun, you have to go through the Veil, which is basically a bridge between our reality and the Black Sun. The energy is leaking through. They're utilizing that to strengthen their army and win the war. BJ gets his hands on the Veil, and throughout the game, he gets to utilize that and kill Nazis. So.
Sounds good. So obviously World War II, it's a familiar territory for a first-person shooter, but the Wolfenstein series has always been able to sort of sidestep that with some elements of the occult. What have you gotten here? You mentioned the Veil. What else sort of creepy, crawly things can we expect to see this time?
Well, like you said, the nice thing about Wolfenstein is that it gives us a lot of creative freedom because while the setting is World War II, that's about where the historical significance stops. So we get to come up with a lot of really out-of-this-world, unexpected stuff like enemies such as the Heavy Trooper and the Scribe who utilize Veil energy to put shields on their allies, throw Veil energy at you, but you also get to utilize that with your weaponry. So you've got things like the particle cannon, which is just great. It turns enemies to dust pretty quick, and you can upgrade that. Every weapon in the game's upgradable, and everything just escalation combat, escalation enemies, a lot of unexpected stuff.
So one thing that I noticed as I was playing this game is that there's a lot of blood flying all over the place. Guys are losing arms. People are spouting from the jugular. What's going on there?
Well, Raven, they do good work when it comes to violence, and it seems to go over pretty well. We have fun with it. Everybody seems to enjoy it, but in terms of censorship, we are working very closely with everybody to make sure that everything's ready to go and by the book.
Return to Castle Wolfenstein was sort of the original pioneers of the Xbox Live service when it first came out. Is there anything you can tell us about the multiplayer this time around?
The multiplayer, Return to Castle Wolfenstein was a great multiplayer experience. So we know what fans are expecting, and we also want to build on that experience. So we've taken all the great elements that made that so awesome, and we've incorporated the Veil into the multiplayer.
All right, sounds good. So when should we expect to see it, and what platforms will we have to choose from?
It's been simultaneously developed on the Xbox 360, the PC, and the PlayStation 3. That's not porting. That's all directly development. And in terms of when it's coming out, so when it's done.
When it's done.
That's right.
That is an acceptable answer. Thanks a lot, Pete.
Absolutely.